Matt Elliott scored both goals in the League Cup final in 2000 as Leicester City lifted the trophy for the third time in their history. And we will hear from Matt very shortly. First, though, both managers have been speaking to Guy Havord.
Pep, you made quite a few changes tonight. Are even you excited about how they might perform this evening?
Yeah, of course. We want to try to win and go reach the semi-final.
How do you think they will perform? What do you want from them?
For the players, what they are. Simple like that. When you cannot play 4 competitions, only happen here in England with the same guys, so you have to play all the competitions with all the team.
A lot of us are looking forward to seeing Phil Foden again tonight. Is it another big evening in his football education?
Every training session, every game, when you have 17 years old, 18 years old, is a challenge to improve. Of course, the young players play in the high level against Iborra, King, Okazaki, maybe a second half with Barry Maret. It's always a good chance for them.
What do you say to Phil ahead of this game? Is there anything special to calm him down?
Nothing. Play like he knows to play, and follow or do what he has to do, offensively, defensively.
In the last round, you're unhappy with the quality of the balls. Have you been working with them? Are you happier now?
Yeah, now I'm happy.
Claude, you've picked your team. You've seen Pep's team. How would you rate your chances now of reaching the semi-finals of this competition?
Time will tell, of course. I think it's a good opportunity for us. It's a quarter final, and this is an important game, and we have to put in a good performance tonight, of course. And of course, it's a difficult and tough challenge against this great team, but it's a good opportunity also to play against this team and to make enjoy our fans.
Matt, he has made changes, Claude Puel, but not wholesale changes. How important is this competition to Leicester this season?
Well, you would think it would be huge because, you know, the start of the season you only got 3 competitions that you can possibly win, this being one of them. A lot of changes, but they're missing the 3 main protagonists in Vardy, Demarai Gray and Riyad Mahrez. So he's picked his team, half an eye on the league, but at the same time, a lot of the players in the starting lineup will consider themselves genuine contenders to play at the weekend, possibly.
And especially because so much money has been spent of them. Iheanacho starts this evening, only his 4th start this season. What can he offer? What should we be getting from him that maybe Claude Puel isn't seeing?
Well, he needs to offer more than he's shown so far this season. As you say, quite a bit of money spent on him. And he was a bit of a peripheral figure at Manchester City. And you thought, well, this is the ideal platform, Leicester City, to go and show what you really can do. And he's failed to do so up to now. He's probably as frustrated as anyone. And he's been waiting for an opportunity. Maybe this is it tonight.
Do you think there will be that added edge to his game because he's playing Manchester City?
Yeah, you'd like to think so. You know, if anything's going to get him up and at it, an opportunity against your whole club, chance to impress. But first and foremost, you know, he's playing for Leicester City now, and he's been, as I say, on the side of things. He's been on the bench, if lucky, and he needs to get himself right in the mix. And tonight is a great opportunity.
When we see Manchester City and we talk about Pep Guardiola and the changes that he's made, he's got such an intricate and detailed approach to the game. When you make lots of changes, you bring in a young player like Phil Foden into the starting 11, can it overcomplicate matters? I mean, you said he's not saying anything special to him, but do you think it can be tricky?
I don't think so, not in this instance. And I agree with you when you say that sometimes people can overcomplicate issues and it does become a problem. But no, I think, you know, the simpler the better. Let his natural talent just go and take over, and he has bags and bags of that. We saw him in the Under-17s World Cup recently, you know, superb performance, and he's got the confidence, the right attitude to go and perform at the high level on the big occasions as well.
How important is his confidence to his development as much as the natural talent that he has?
Yeah, it's all part and parcel of it. Lots of players have got ability. You know, it's how you harness that. And some people go into the shells. Phil Foden certainly doesn't seem one of those. Very expressive, not just how he plays, but also in his personality, and that will help him integrate with, you know, the big names that he's playing around.
He was born 3 months after that League Cup final win in 2000, Matt.
Thank you.
It's not just for you, it makes us all feel terribly old. But look, since Matt did win that cup final with Leicester back in 2000, Leicester have only made the quarter-final stage once before, when they also played Man City. City won 3-1 and then went on to win the trophy itself. But how will this evening's match-up play out? We'll have all the action from the King Power Stadium next.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Match day's my favourite day, despite all of these bums in my face.
Simon coming through!
And the clueless steward clearing the way.
We've cleared the way for you to join Paddy's Rewards Club. Just place 5 bets of £10 or more in a week, and you'll get a free £10 bet the next week.
At least we got the best seats of them all. Go! My bet's gonna come in, I know. The high fans are leaving.
That's the spirit, Paddy Power, you beauty!
Alexa, please come and get it. Everywhere.
Alexa, play my road trip playlist. Alexa, order duct tape.
Another day of work. Why do you do it? It's not just a paycheck. You actually like what you do, even love it. And today, you can do things you never could before. You're developing AI applications on the cloud, finding insights hidden in decades of medical documents, and securing millions of IoT sensors. So get back to it and do the best work of your life.
Sky Cinema presents a brand new premiere every day. Because nothing brings people together like a movie at Christmas.
Oh yeah, hit it!
You think we can get to the moon?
We're already there.
Newspapers, they do, and there's strict rules about what they can and can't print. On the social media platforms, they see themselves as publishers, rather than publishers of information. They're platforms for other people to publish, and so anything goes. And the recommendations in the report on abuse and intimidation of MPs and parliamentary candidates recommended that social media platforms need to take more responsibility.
Well, that's the point, isn't it? Isn't it more about the social media owners and operators with these huge resources, some of them, you know, multi-billion-dollar companies? It's about them employing more people to make sure this kind of stuff isn't there.
Yeah, absolutely. And so, you know, obviously people get their information from newspapers, from the TV, but it's the social media platforms that really have, certainly I've seen a spike in abuse and threats and death threats.
Tell us a bit more about what you...
So, I mean, I was only elected in 2015.
But what about anything over Brexit?
So, I mean, I voted to leave, but I've had a huge amount of abuse from people who voted to remain over my stance. You know, and I've had death threats, intimidation, and certainly in the election that's just gone, where it was framed as a Brexit election, I was heavily targeted as someone who voted to leave in a Remain seat, and it was a pretty unpleasant experience.
That's the spirit.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Some of the Leicester fans feeling pretty self-confident ahead of their quarter-final of the Carabao Cup, or confident ahead of their quarter-final of the Carabao Cup against Manchester City this evening. That's coming up live here in just a couple of moments' time. We will also have the goals of the match between Arsenal and West Ham as they go in. And then tomorrow night, a live game is Bristol City against Manchester United, with the goals from Chelsea against Bournemouth again as they go in. Now, though, time to concentrate on events at the King Power with our commentary team, Andy Hinchcliffe and Daniel Mann.
Yes, thank you, Kelly. Good evening. A fixture that evokes cup memories past. In the present, the focus is on creating new ones. The usual distinctive Leicester welcome. For them, well, top 8 finishes may not be what legends are made of, but winning trophies certainly is. Can they move a step nearer to triumph in a competition already woven into the fabric of the club, and provide an emphatic reply to the chorus of derision that greeted the final whistle on Saturday after their defeat to Palace? A younger, fresher Manchester City seeks to maintain their unbeaten domestic record and keep all avenues to silverware open. It is a major window of opportunity for Leicester, but the team selection suggests Premier League commitments are still in Claude Puel's mind. Maguire, Albrighton, Iborra and Ben Chilwell, who moves forward to midfield, are the 4 Saturday starters who keep their places. Kelechi Iheanacho faces his former club. Mahrez, Vardy and Gray are ready should they be needed. This match will certainly not define Manchester City's season, but it may be a significant one in a few City careers. The young man of the moment, Phil Foden, starts again, the 17-year-old getting a taste in his more preferred midfield role. Another teenager, Brahim Diaz, gets a full debut. The Spaniard has had a few tastes from the bench before. Tosin Adarabioyo and Alexander Zinchenko in the back four ensure the accent is on youth, but there are 2 international centurions whose experience will be crucial, in Claudio Bravo in goal and Yaya Toure, who has made an indelible mark on this competition. Well, they've been showered with praise and plaudits, and they've taken the Premier League by storm, but Manchester City have won nothing yet. This trophy could be the first. Leicester stand in the way of Pep & Co tonight.
We can cross continents and time zones at the mere touch of a button. The moment the game changes is the moment we see it. I miss nothing. We are members of the world's favourite online sports betting company, and we gamble responsibly at Bet365.
Oh, Andy Hinchcliffe, this man will have added motivation tonight, I'm sure.
Oh, he should do. Kelechi Iheanacho, he's looking to prove a point to both coaches tonight. A goal or two may convince Puel to give him more Premier League starts and also remind Guardiola just what he has lost. Just 17 years old, Phil Foden has already shown what an attacking talent he is. He has a great chance to fulfil his potential as he's being schooled by the greatest tutor in world football.
Bright young talent, very much in the spotlight. Well, bigger match for Leicester, many may argue. Claude Puel certainly knows the way to Wembley, if not success there. Exploits with Southampton, somehow not good enough for him to keep the job. But if he achieves similar with Leicester City this season, then that will certainly be deemed a success. Well, until very recently, this competition provided Leicester City Football Club with its most cherished moments. In pursuit of the 3-handled trophy again, perhaps their best hope of major success. For Manchester City, well, it's just one of many.
Yeah, for Leicester, they do have to guard against. OK, this is not Man City's Premier League side by any means. Lots of changes. There's lots of creative talent, young players in the team looking to impress. So if Leicester think this is going to be straightforward, think again.
Here's Bernardo Silva. Expecting him to essentially start from the right. An early incursion into Leicester City territory. Bobby Manley is the man in charge this evening. There's Mangala, one of the 2 that have kept their places from the starting lineup at the weekend. Toure, captain for the evening. Carabao. Local boy getting another opportunity. That's Gabriel Jesus.
gets it back. Already you can see the shape of this City team, City's midfield with Toure just sitting in front of the two centre-halves, offering that experience. That will then encourage Gundogan and Foden to break forward ahead of him.
Danilo getting an opportunity at right back this evening, so heal Pep's broken heart. There might be a few broken Leicester hearts here. Maguire in trouble. Found a way out of it. You could say that's the hardest part of the job, to leave certain individuals out of this. Wonderful Manchester City lineup. Will be much change this evening. Zinchenko. Left back again for him this evening, although he's a hugely versatile player, the Ukrainian.
Looking at Leicester's attacking lineup tonight, normally you see Jamie Vardy leading the line on his own, playing a counter-attacking style of game, but with Iheanacho and Okazaki, maybe they've got to be more considered tonight, Leicester, keep the ball a bit better than normal, try and force City back, get it into wide areas, and get crosses into the front too.
Something that they're trying to establish. In any case, Leicester City, possession-based approach, and when they do counter, be a little more selective about how they do it. It's very difficult to implement in the midst of a hectic season. Spread there for Bernardo Silva. Up against Christian Fuchs tonight. Then Chilwell. Effectively two left-backs in the team, and there's one for Iheanacho to chase. And Carabao to attend to. Mangala. A bit of a resurgence. Injury absences in that area of the pitch. Pressure as ever from Okazaki, but just bounce off Yaya Toure. There's Jesus buzzing around. Ben Hamer a problem. The foot or Brighton. Loose ball in midfield. Manchester City likely to pounce on. Diaz. Gundogan. Now here's Zinchenko. That's Iborra. Is that a foul on Okazaki? Yes. That's the verdict. Slightly painful blow for Phil Foden as well. Opportunity again for a few to impress.
It's been a positive start from City, and that's what you want. You want your young players to get on the ball, build up a little confidence in the first 5 minutes or so and settle into the game.
Who's got confidence in you? How could you not have confidence yourself? It's Chilwell. Further forward, as he did recently at Southampton. Zinchenko. Mangala turning away from trouble. Toure. Here's Bernardo Silva.
Yaya Toure just pulling the strings at the base of that midfield three. Looks like City going to try and play with plenty of width. Bernardo Silva down the right and Brahim Diaz on the left, really stretching that Leicester defence.
Maybe the full-back certainly on one side, but a little less prominent than normal. We shall see. The reason for the slight delay, Harry Maguire tying his bootlaces. Be considerate to allow for that. Is Zinchenko. Carabao. Oh, and Dragovic with an uncertain moment, and Foden pounces. Amate. There's Foden. Zinchenko. Leicester pushing out. Okazaki and Iheanacho hoping to put Manchester City into a bit of a hole here.
Well, if you're Leicester City, Mangala is the one player you want in possession. He isn't the greatest ball player, big, strong defender, quick as well, but not too good with the ball at his feet.
Certainly the one to target with the press, perhaps, for Leicester in particular, but Gabriel Jesus has found a way out of trouble there. This is Yaya Toure. Bernardo Silva. Danilo. Foden. Previous start was at left wing back. Foden, Zinchenko operating in the left back position this evening, who would, I suppose, ideally like to play as a number 10, as almost everybody does these days. Here's Gabriel Jesus. Zinchenko again. Seen him play as a number 10 this season for national sides at various levels for Ukraine. Yaya Toure. Brighton and King looking to attend to Foden, but all they'll do is concede a free kick. Foden again. Yaya Toure. Frontline keen to apply the pressure at times for Leicester City, and Carabao and Mangala's life difficult.
Yeah, it's pretty clear here. Nacho and Okazaki not playing as a front two. Okazaki just dropping back into midfield to help out. I think maybe when Bravo's looking to play out from the back, they can press the game. At other times, just going to sit off, and Okazaki can drop into the middle of the park.
It's a pretty similar Leicester side to the one that defeated Leeds in the last round here, where they had to come from behind. Okazaki and Fuchs, the notable additions tonight. Fairly similar Manchester City side, one that couldn't break Wolves down in regulation time. Brahim Diaz making his relatively diminutive presence felt. Zinchenko. Diaz again. Zinchenko. Gabriel Jesus.
Jesus' movement always impresses me, the way he just drops off centre-halves up against Dragovic and Maguire, two solid physical centre-halves. So the last thing he does is play up against them, drops into pockets of space or in between them. His movement is fantastic.
Showing again, looking towards Brahim Diaz here. He couldn't quite grow enough. Well, Pellegrini was a big aid in his capture from Malaga. Certainly has worked hard at his game. Apparently trained and played for almost a year, prioritising using only his left foot to make what he did with his right as natural with the left.
That's pretty clear. City bossing the game, dominating the ball, but for Leicester City, you've got to be patient. Even though you're at home, you want to be on the front foot. When the opposition keep the ball as well as this, you've got to be disciplined, get your shape right, your defensive shape spot on. If you go to sleep for a second, that's what City are waiting for.
Here's Zinchenko. Foden. Here's Iborra. Certainly a player that's improving with every week for Leicester. Here's Chilwell. Dragovic, the Austrian, who hasn't had too many chances to shine, with the Maguire-Morgan partnership seemingly immovable. in the Premier League.
Yeah, City will work very hard to try and get the ball back. That's a feature of any Pep Guardiola side. So for Leicester, when they got the ball at the back, it's very important. Okazaki and Iheanacho give them something to actually play out too, because sometimes you'll jab that ball into midfield. That's what City want. They'll win the ball back in there. So very important. The centre halves, the full-backs look to the front two and try and find them with quality service so the Leicester side can get up the pitch.
Gundogan. Suppose in his situation every minute helps really. Get himself right back up to speed. Oh, Brighton biting. Robbing Zinchenko. Here he is again. Fuchs. King. Last meeting in this competition, 2013. City won the quarter-final here by 3 goals to 1. And on to win the trophy. Yaya Touré scored that much replayed piece of League Cup history against Sunderland. Out of play.
So there's some decent possession there from Leicester, but they can't get out their own half. City are pinning them in. They can't get the ball up to the front two and relieve the pressure.
Fuchs in trouble. Oh, and Hamer has to beat it away. Bernardo Silva involved again. Gundogan. Well, Foden may have inadvertently not helped his side's cause momentarily. Here he is again, though, Foden. Cut out this time by Maguire.
Oh, Christian Fuchs is a lucky boy. He made a complete mess of that crossfield ball. Unless you're absolutely sure you can win it, just stand off Bernardo Silva.
Here's Diaz. Off of Marte, where's it going to drop? Gabriel Jesus coming in. Hamer's in trouble. Gundogan! Maguire there at the last, but it's still on here. Oh! And wide from Bernardo Silva.
Well, Leicester get themselves in a right mess. It's Ben Hamer. He seems worried about actually picking this ball up. There's no communication with Christian Fuchs. The two of them get into a right mess, and they just about survive. And Silva's off target. And again for Christian Fuchs, unless you can get to this ball, just stand off your man. It's a comfortable save for Hamer in the end, though. And Silva has great balance, great touch as well. The way he strikes that ball is always moving back towards the Leicester keeper. It's a save he should make.
Few glimmers, and perhaps should not have been afforded the opportunity. Leicester with some trouble of their own making there. Great able to get away with it. Okazaki robbed. Adarabioyo. Advantage played here, but Maguire in with a crunching challenge. Ibora. Marte. And here's all Brighton.
That's much better for Iheanacho. You've got to run defenders back towards their own goal. Give your teammates something to hit that ball down the line. OK, doesn't find him. They get a throw in a dangerous position high up the field.
Well, maybe a portent to a Leicester future. His inclusion in the side. See if they can find a combination that really works for him. And in Premier League games, naturally, that Jamie Vardy isn't tending to get life all his own way these days. Teams doubling up or defending deeper. They provide a key that could help them unlock a few doors that they haven't been able to recently.
Of course, the Leicester plan A has worked so well for so long, but eventually teams do get wise. You need a plan B and C, and maybe that comes from bringing in different personnel to play a different way.
Well, we await January with some interest. A few knocking on the door, hoping to take some of their prize assets away again, of course, as well. Here's Iborra. And Jesus scenting a glimmer of an opportunity as Okazaki is here. The offside flag up. And Okazaki's still in hot pursuit.
Well, the flag definitely went up and then it quickly went down again. That's what Guardiola's unhappy about.
Assistant referee raising it before he'd realised who had got onto the end of the through ball, really. And that obviously a major factor in whether the decision would stand or not. Chilwell's after this. Won by Danilo. Kick. Iborra. Now here's Amate. All Brighton's away. Oh, dig it out as well. Chilwell just can't grow enough. Fuchs. Fuchs can hurl it from these situations. Iborra has taken up an interesting position with his sizable frame. Coming towards. Carabao on the end of it. Fuchs again. In for Chilwell. Good steal by Danilo. Gundogan. Okazaki allowed a little glimmer there and was swiftly in with the challenge. He's behind you. Leicester pressure is paid there.
It's the second time in the opening 20 minutes that Leicester put the pressure on when Bravo has the ball at his feet. And that is the sensible thing to do. When City play out to their back four, they can't get close to them, then sit back in your own half. If not, squeeze up the field.
As soon as they gain the foothold in the game, they lose it. And here's Gundogan, who was clipped there, advantage played. Bernardo Silva. Gundogan. Whoa! Almost catching Ben Hamer out, but he's able to deal with it. Face etched with concern for a moment.
Just intentional from Gundogan. He never really looks at the target, but the way he actually shapes. This isn't a cross, he's trying to actually chip the goalkeeper. Once again, Ben Hamer should deal with this. Very nearly made a mess of it, though.
Sometimes it pays to expect the unexpected. Not as comfortable as it might have been for Leicester City's #2 goalkeeper, Kasper Schmeichel, in the stands tonight. Gundogan. Foden seemed to get a nick off Iborra. Seemed to come good just after the man who signed him lost his job, Craig Shakespeare. Talk about timing in this game. He naturally would have had a settling in process to complete before he could produce his better performances. Oh, Adebayo got there.
He's battling away with Christian Fuchs on the edge of the penalty area there. And actually gets ahead of his man. He should be really hitting the target from there. The wrestling is going on. And he has eyes for the ball. Just actually closes his eyes and ducks his head. If he keeps his eyes open and just concentrates on the ball, has a great chance of scoring.
Yes, having got there, he'll probably feel he should have done better. Modest, eloquent young man by all accounts, who's certainly tapping into the considerable wisdom of Vincent Kompany. There's a real belief at City that there could be an all-English heart to their backline in the years to come, him and John Stones.
He did all the hard work, wrestling away a much more experienced defender. He made that half a yard for himself, and that's when he actually, as I say, closed his eyes and didn't really look at the ball and focus on where he wanted to head it.
Just invited Iheanacho to chase it. He'll be penalised.
Well, he has to go for the ball. The back pass is so under hit. He has to chase it down. Well, maybe this is a little harsh. Unless it's a high challenge, I'm not sure. Iheanacho should be booked for this. It's poor from Danilo. That tempts Iheanacho in. He's trying to get to the ball, nothing more. OK, he maybe catches the goalkeeper. No, I'm sorry, that can't be a booking.
All pals again.
I think sometimes you see a goalkeeper go flying in the air and land heavily on the ground. The referee thinks, oh, the challenge maybe has got to be worse than it actually is. He's clearly going for the ball. He's not that far away from getting it. And Bravo actually jumps out of the way, which is, well, quite right to do, but a booking, no.
The arbiter of all those things thought otherwise this evening. Toure had to stretch a fraction. Good work by Gabriel Jesus. Andy King with a challenge there for Leicester. Okazaki. Iheanacho looking to get the better of Adebayo, but he won't succeed.
Well, it's a great piece of defending. Of course, young defenders are going to make mistakes, going to maybe step in at the wrong times. All you can do is recover. And that's exactly what he does. A younger
member of that centre-back partnership passing his first significant test. Can Leicester ask a question or two from this set piece? Maguire jousting at the back. Well, there's some City complaints. Maguire had it all his own way there.
Again, there's a wrestling match going on. It is a physical mismatch. You've got Bernardo Silva up against Harry Maguire. They're marking zonally here, City. That's why that matchup has happened. Bernardo Silva's not even looking at the ball, so he's a lucky boy. If Maguire throws himself to the ground, the referee has a decision to make.
Good play by Brahim Diaz, finding Phil Foden. Good pals, those two. Well retrieved by Bernardo Silva.
Well, Leicester starting to get somewhat of a foothold in the game. It was all City dominance in the early stages, but Leicester enjoying some possession, getting Iheanacho heavily involved in the game and putting pressure on City defensively now.
Again, pressure has forced an error.
You can see Iborra there applauding Okazaki for closing down the centre-half and forcing the mistake.
This last 10 minutes would have given a great deal more satisfaction to Claude Puel. Shinji Okazaki, a key figure. Hopefully not going to channel his inner Terry Butcher again like he did up at Newcastle the other day. Here's Gundogan going all the way, and Bernardo Silva can finish it! What a wonderfully stylish Manchester City goal! Gundogan the key figure, but it's Bernardo Silva who applies the finish.
Well, Gabriel Jesus doesn't actually touch the ball here, but he has a huge influence on the goal being scored. Just watch his movement across Harry Maguire and Dragovic here. He just pulls defenders away. That opens a bit of space up for Bernardo Silva. He never really looked like missing, did he? But that run from Jesus, just pulling defenders out of position, that is so unselfish. Bernardo Silva, normally so assured in this type of position, just drew the keeper, pokes it between his legs on the counter-attack with Gundogan. City devastating.
Well, there's a few managers who have felt like that this season. Just when Leicester City were perhaps enjoying their best patch of the game. The star quality that Manchester City possess has shown itself.
There's also that unselfishness as well. Gabriel Jesus, okay, maybe makes that run hoping to get the ball, but when it doesn't happen, he's opening space up for his teammates.
Kind of intelligence that Pep Guardiola prizes so highly. Prizes may be coming in abundance this season if they carry on at the rate in which they are progressing. Gundogan. Leicester undoubtedly working his way back to his brilliant best. He'd love to have a trouble-free run towards the World Cup, having missed the last two major tournaments through injury. Manchester City lead, certainly more formidable than most. Here's Gundogan, now Danilo getting involved. Dragovic there for Leicester City.
Actually, the City goal came after a decent period of possession for Leicester City. Just lose the ball in the middle of the park, and on the counter-attack, as we saw, City go flying forward and open the scoring.
Work for Brahim Diaz and Foden. Such an inviting ball. And at the last, Fuchs with some real work to do, but a teaser from Foden.
Oh, real intelligence from Phil Foden. Doesn't even have to look where the target is. He knows exactly what he wants to do here. It is the perfect ball in. And Ashley Fuchs does really well at the far post. Round on the cover as fullbacks have to do. Just gets in front of Bernardo Silva at just the right time. But Foden, brilliant ball in.
Dragovic has drawn the short straw, marking Yaya Toure. All the way through for Iheanacho. Here's Zinchenko. Jesus. Chilwell can't make progress. Into Gundogan. On to Bernardo Silva, the Manchester City goal scorer. Danilo making tracks outside him.
Really composed finish from Bernardo Silva. Just keep your eyes on Gabriel Jesus and his movement across that Leicester defensive line. Doesn't stand and watch and hope the ball ends up at his feet. He's on the move, giving Gundogan maybe an option to play one of his teammates in who's in space. Bernardo Silva made the most of it.
Dragovic. Here's Daniel Amate. Goodness, have been few. Fuchs. Vicente Iborra. He's faced Guardiola sides many times before in his career in Spain, and well, at least be familiar with the kind of fate their opponents can suffer. Get up that sense of momentum that they had just prior to conceding. I suppose it's a different kettle of fish, although it's a similar Leicester side tonight. They did come from behind in the previous round against Leeds.
Well, they've made, what, 15, 20 passes here, and only one of them has been a forward pass, so they're struggling to get the ball up to Okazaki Iheanacho. Something I identified maybe in the first 10 minutes of the game, and nothing has really changed. The ball is just coming straight back.
Zinchenko. Brighton helping Amate out. Slightly chancey ball. Andy King was fouled by Gundogan. He felt the boot was on the other foot there.
It's not going to be easy for Andy King, Vicente Iborra, when the ball is gunned into them in the middle of the park, because that's where City are strong. They have that extra central midfielder. Gundogan and Foden can close down, so not easy for those Leicester central midfielders to get on the ball and get the team moving forward.
It's interesting because Leicester did deploy an extra central midfielder in the league game here. Is that going to fall Gabriel Jesus' way? He's offside. But Brighton did tuck in to add an extra body in there in that match, which Manchester City won by 2-0. Popular character here at Leicester, dressing room joker Ben Hamer, social secretary, so he'll be fairly busy this time of year, one imagines. Beautifully there for Fuchs, and Chilwell's away here. Iheanacho making a dart in the middle, and it will reach him. Okazaki, Iheanacho! Carabao will tidy up.
Well, it's Danilo that goes to sleep, and Chilwell, excellent run off the ball to get him behind the right back. Claudio Bravo's hardly had a thing to do. The ball's close enough to make a decent save, but all about concentration. It was an excellent stop.
Good run here by Brahim Diaz, and Amate had to get it right. Oh, and Diaz gets up and gets it a second time. Incredible. Well, we thought for all the world that they could sound the all clear there, Leicester at the back. Here's all Brighton. Signs of revival from Leicester. Iheanacho. All Brighton. Zinchenko sticking to the defensive task well, which is not his natural inclination. He's been given a job to do, and he's done it. The heavy mob at the back. Interesting choice. Behind by Yaya Toure.
In the Premier League, City have had problems defending from set pieces because they defend zonally. There's a problem. You've got Dragovic, Maguire, big centre halves coming up. If they can get on the move and the service into the box is decent, City could have a problem. So there's no man-for-man marking, all zonal.
Approach this time. Fuchs. King to play it in there. Complete Carabao. King. Amate. Guided certainly back by Zinchenko. Iheanacho ready to pounce on any hint of looseness. Gundogan. Able to retrieve. Brighton. King. Brahim Diaz. Getting it back from Mangala. And King clipping him. Beautiful triangle there. Zinchenko very much the senior partner. 21. Already a senior international. Brahim Diaz, now Foden. Gundogan, away from Chilwell. Room to exploit on that far side now. Yaya Toure. Is Zinchenko. Brahim Diaz onto Foden. Toure. Danilo. Throw in from Maguire, initially won it back. Here's Chilwell. Or Brighton wants it. Three Leicester players in the box. Fuchs making his way across again. Delivery. Bravo's fist. Air of nonchalance about that punch from Claudio Bravo.
Takes all the pressure off his defenders, and sometimes he's going to have to do this. A whip ball in, edge of the 6-yard box. The keeper, he's not impeded, should come and deal with it. This is an excellent stop though from Iheanacho. He takes the shot on so early. Going to catch out Claudio Bravo. The ball is actually moving back towards the keeper still. Very smart save.
And Maguire's at the back, Iborra coming in, whistle had already blown. Maguire seems to be the aggrieved Leicester party.
These set pieces could be a worry for City. As we know, Leicester are a big side. There's a clear shove in there. Is it against Maguire, possibly?
Seemed to be the man who was having a conversation with referee Bobby Madley from a distance in two Yorkshiremen having a healthy discussion. Stayed in. Leicester a little boxed in. Okazaki does well. Iheanacho. Oh, terrific play by Okazaki. Claudio Bravo. That time, but a slip from Mangala. Iheanacho on his favoured side.
Well, the ball is trundling back towards the edge of the penalty area. Bravo ideally would want to pick it up. Feels he has to play his way out. See what Iheanacho's looking to do here. Sorry, doesn't get close enough to him, really, trying to whip it into the top corner. There's not a lot to do, Claudio Bravo. It's about concentration when you're not being tested that much. It's a really good save.
Latter opportunity coming in a similar position, which he scored the crucial goal in the last round against Leeds. On for Chilwell. Leicester chipping away. Carabao. Ibora. Chilwell. Well, news of a goal from the Emirates. Arsenal have taken the lead against West Ham. Headed across the face of goal by Debussy. And at the end of all that, it's Danny Welbeck who tucks it away. Arsenal 1, West Ham 0.
Well, that game will be far from done and dusted. It was there when West Ham came back and beat Tottenham.
Has the potential to be an extraordinarily strong semi-final draw. A lot of water under the bridge before that, however. Fuchs. Here's Ibora. Beautifully finding Albrighton. He's got the cross away this time. Fuchs. Toure missed it. And away by Foden in the end.
Well, this is the problem City are going to have at left back with Zinchenko, who's a creative midfielder, really playing as a left back up against Albrighton. You don't get close to Albrighton. You can put crosses into the box as he's just done. It was a perfect ball in.
Well, it's a big test for Zinchenko, probably, well, undoubtedly his toughest in that position so far. The Wolves have produced some tremendous exploits in the Championship so far this season. Also featured there briefly as a substitute against Swansea as well, when the game was well and truly in City's grip. It's the kind of stuff he enjoys, but in the end it ends at the feet of Dragovic. And there was the potential to exploit the space he'd left a little quicker than Leicester did there. Now Albrighton will receive it. Oh, and Mangala in trouble. Iheanacho. Well, he sorted himself out in the end.
Mangala at times looks like an accident waiting to happen.
Iheanacho will certainly be on the scene if it does. Leaving the stage clear for Fuchs and his long throw. Ibora, plenty of meat on it. Claudio Bravo completely in control. Gabriel Jesus on now for Foden. Out fair and square by Harry Maguire. Iheanacho's around, Mangala has to get it right, and indeed he's clipped by Iheanacho. Well, forthcoming attractions tomorrow night in the Carabao Cup. Bristol City riding high in the Championship against Manchester United, 7:30 Sky Sports Football. A repeat, as you all know, of the 1909 FA Cup final.
No, I wasn't there.
Repeat in the 1969 FA Cup final with a similar scoreline coming at a similar time. Courtesy of Bernardo Silva, but inspired by the driving burst from Ilkay Gundogan and the intelligent movement of Gabriel Jesus. Leicester have maybe sowed a few seeds of confusion from set pieces, but they trail at the break and have a real job to do here. Leicester City 0, Manchester City 1.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
There's fifth round Carabao Cup action tomorrow night as Hull does Manchester United take on Bristol City. Live on Sky Sports Football.
Sky Cinema presents a brand new premiere every day. Because nothing brings people together like a movie at Christmas.
Oh yeah, hit it. You think we can get to the moon?
We're already there.
That's my boy!
A brand new premiere every day. Only on Sky Cinema.
Bet Boost from William Hill lets you decide which odds you want to boost, including this year's William Hill World Darts Championship. All you need to do is select your market, go to your bet slip, hit boost, and then place your bet at the boosted price. We're giving you your own bet boost every day to use on any sport. More choice, more control, and now available on Google Play. William Hill, this is more.
If you want to be a world traveller, start by... Whoa, is that a Galaxy S8 with Bigsby? Handsome screen. Anyway, you want to pack that, your passport and... Whoa, okay, we're on the move. To get around a new city, take the bus. Oh, yeah, the tuk-tuk's a way better idea. You've got to invest in a tour guide. Nah, apparently you don't. Don't forget your big camera, or that phone will do a cracker job. Now, travelling by yourself can be lonely. And look at you, you've got a ton of new friends. Ooh, llamas, you gotta love a llama. Buying a new shirt can be difficult if you don't know the language. No, actually don't panic, Bigsby can help you with the Spanish. Good on you, Bigsby. Hold up, is that a king? Who are all those people? Oh, split screen. Now that is pure class. Okay, yeah, you've got the world traveller thing totally covered. And I reckon you got Crimbo covered too. Nice one.
He's got the cash. He's got a condo. He's got a car. He's got a career. But that still doesn't mean he gets you. Time to shine. Extra.
Game on! Is that all you got? Yeah!
Never underestimate the power of Energizer. Energizer Ultimate Lithium, our longest lasting AA battery.
Hearthstone. Hearthstone. Play free on PC and mobile.
Get the festive Mighty Bucket with limited edition festive fries. That's how it's done, and it's finger-licking good.
I remember my life with frequent heartburn. I was always reaching for short-term relief, over and over again. But when my heartburn kept waking me up at night, I decided to take control. So I tried Nexium Control. What a difference it made.
Just one pill a day could give you 24-hour protection and a heartburn-free Christmas. Nexium Control, now available in an innovative mini capsule.
Now I'm protected and ready for the festivities.
And up next, the young man whose FIFA 18 move sent the world into a spin.
Play it on Xbox One.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Leicester City trail Manchester City by a 1-0 at half-time in this Carabao Cup quarter-final. Matt Elliott's been watching it with me. Matt, as far as Leicester are concerned, have they been able to get into this game in the first half?
Not as much as they would have liked. Whatever side Manchester City put out is a tough proposition, and Leicester lads are seeing that this evening. Even with the second string, they're dominating the game largely, aren't they, in terms of possession. Haven't cut Leicester City open too often, but the warning signs are there before they conceded the goal, and Leicester will be disappointed in the manner of that, but there was an element of feeling that it was going to come at some stage. Man City, the superior team in that first 45.
Yeah, and as you say, despite all those changes made by Pep Guardiola, 9 of them to the starting 11 for this game, they're still very much recognisably Manchester City, particularly in the way that the goal came from a throw-in that was actually in the Manchester City half.
Yeah, that's right, and they're often underrated in terms of their work when they're not in possession. It often goes unnoticed, but they're unbelievable. Weak play from Iheanacho. Gundogan nicks it off him far too easily. Goes through the heart of the defence. What was mentioned in the commentary was the run from Jesus, and that has affected things. I mean, to a level, he's actually run offside there. But for me, just as big a factor was Dragovic going out to Gundogan a little bit too early and beaten far too comfortably. That dragged Maguire across, as did the run of Jesus, and then for Silva there, who collected, and excellent finishing there. You see it more and more these days, don't you? Keepers advance, they play it through the legs. Some people used to think it was luck. That was judgment.
Always judgment. Always the players will tell you it's judgment. Talk about Gundogan's chance, because Ben Hamer's had a difficult night in the Leicester goal, even though, as you said, City haven't quite carved Leicester open.
No, not too often. While looking the superior team wasn't mentioned, but a good play. He gets an unfortunate ricochet. Then there's confusion reigns, doesn't it? Hamer slightly hesitant coming out, and Fuchs similar.
Is he right to take the shot there?
I think he's entitled to take a pop at goal, yeah, because I think he probably considered slotting it outside wide to Silva, and probably should have done when we saw how he took the goal away. But if he is going to shoot, it's got to be with more conviction. Yeah, shoot, that was almost a slide rule, side-footed pass. Maguire does well to cover, but yeah, he should have got more power on the effort.
The only things that have kind of energised this crowd here at the King Power have been long balls through and quick movement from those Leicester forwards, which again we're used to seeing. But has Iheanacho got the cutting edge that you'd want to have seen from him in this game?
So far the answer is no. He's not a straightforward replacement for Jamie Vardy, if that's what you're asking me. Good situation here. He does well. Okazaki also unselfish, but again similar to Gundogan, not enough conviction with the shot. You've got to test a keeper Bravo's ability. He's got to be more zip in that strike, and just shoot as if you think and believe that you're going to score. And that was the strike of a player who's lacking confidence.
The 2 players have had the fewest touches on the pitch have been Leicester's front 2. Do they need to make changes, or can they do that tactically, or does it have to be in personnel?
Well, when I looked at the personnel and mentioned it before kick-off, the 3 main men for Leicester, Gray, Vardy and Mahrez, all on the bench. Without them, you do wonder where they're going to create from. And unfortunately, that was the case. And I think Claude Puel, if he is serious about advancing further in this competition and giving Leicester an opportunity against Manchester City, which is easier said than done, I know, he needs to bring at least 1 of those on, possibly 2, maybe even 3 at some stage.
Well, City have their noses in front at half-time here at the King Power Stadium. Bernardo Silva with the goal. We've seen this reaction from opposition managers many times this season, as we have the celebrations for Pep Guardiola. Second half coming up next.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
You gonna eat that?
It's for the reindeer.
Hey, guys.
Hi. It's the reindeer.
Oh, you'll love that. You know there's more than one, right?
Hi, could we please get a bag of carrot sticks for the reindeer and a cheeseburger for Father Christmas?
Daddy, Father Christmas only eats mince pies.
Just the carrot sticks then, please.
L'eau majeure d'Issei, the new masculine fragrance by Issei Miyake.
Good morning, Yorkshire Tea. Oh, he was meeting the farmers in Kenya. Let me just check if he's back. Just popping you on hold. Thanks for holding. Putting you through.
Yorkshire Tea, where everything's done proper.
Good morning, Yorkshire Tea.
Stay open, enjoy the ride. With Citroën Simply Drive and the Citroën C1 Airscape. Over 18, you can benefit from 3 years comprehensive motor insurance, warranty, routine servicing and breakdown cover with a series of fixed monthly payments. Citroën C1 for city lovers. 3 years insurance, car tax and servicing with 36 monthly payments. Want a C1? What are you waiting for?
Citroën.
I train my hair so it's strong against damage and strong against frizz. After every shampoo, I use Pantene's new 3-minute miracle to visibly erase up to 3 months of damage in 3 minutes. Now my hair feels knockout strong. Strong is beautiful. New Pantene.
Good times. These are good times. Our new state of mind. These are the good times.
At Amazon, we've got everything you need for the perfect Christmas get-together. Like Nescafe Dolce Gusto, Joe and Steph's Popcorn, Tattinger Brut Reserve, and loads more. With free delivery on millions of eligible items. Good times.
I can smell a rat from miles away.
What do you do to the rats?
I pulverise them.
Bert wants to turn my rat into a burger.
We're going to kill your precious little rat.
Rat Burger. Devour it this Christmas Eve on Sky One.
Christmas, a time for coming together. Sure, we've had our differences. That's the past. OK, I can't stand the sight of you. There, I said it. However, at Christmas, can't we all just get along? OK, maybe not. Festive football continues with El Clasico. Saturday, live on Sky Sports Football.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Here's Gundogan going all the way, and Bernardo Silva could finish it! What a wonderfully stylish Manchester City goal!
That goal separates Leicester City and Manchester City at the King Power Stadium. In tonight's other Carabao Cup quarter-final, Danny Welbeck's 4th of the season separates Arsenal and West Ham. It's his first in 11, and it means that as things stand, those two are heading into the draw for the semi-finals, which will take place after tomorrow night's quarter-finals. And this is what else is coming up for you on Sky Sports. A festive feast of football. Arsenal against Liverpool on Friday night, coverage from 7 o'clock. And then on Saturday, it all starts with Everton against Chelsea from 11:30 and ends with Leicester against Manchester United. All the coverage from 7 o'clock, all those games on Sky Sports Premier League. Our attention now, though, returns to the Carabao Cup, where Leicester trailed Manchester City by a goal to nil at half-time. And to take us through the second half, your commentary team of Andy Hinchcliffe and Daniel Mann.
Yes, thank you, Kelly. As we were in terms of personnel at the start of this second 45. The task certainly a good deal greater now for Leicester City. There's team selection, given what a route to potential success this is tonight, may have raised a few eyebrows. I don't know if the dual freight place in the Premier League has taken on a hitherto unknown significance, but they clearly have other things to think about, including Manchester United here at the weekend.
Well, surely Claude Puel, with the attacking power that he's got on his bench with Gray, Mahrez, Vardy, Ulloa, give it 15-20 minutes. If they haven't got an equaliser, he has to make changes. He has to send on his big guns.
That will be picked off by Zinchenko. There's Iborra. Mate feeling the squeeze there from Brahim Diaz. Here's Fuchs. Now here's Danilo. Iborra. Oh, and Dragovic in big trouble, and then out of it. Oh, puffing out his cheeks in relief, no doubt. Only his third start in Leicester colours.
There was a slip there from Dragovic. Can you see how City pressed the ball? There's a great recovery challenge. Looked like Foden was going to nip in, pinch the ball off him, and be clean through.
Almost a major moment to forget, but salvaged his dignity. Fuchs. Toure there with Iheanacho. Up against Iheanacho.
Yeah, there's two young defenders in that City back four, but they've held a very disciplined line throughout the course of the game.
Carabao didn't have the most gentle introduction in the FA Cup, squaring up to Diego Costa at Stamford Bridge. His full debut for Manchester City. So he's already faced some tough tasks. Seven changes for Leicester from the weekend. Still very full of recognisable faces. One or two less familiar in the Manchester City ranks this evening. There's Yaya Toure. I'll give it. Word or two for Vicente Iborra from Bobby Madley. Here's Gundogan. Just dropping off again.
It's very rare Jesus has stood still. Such a young player, but plays the game with such maturity.
Maguire. It was like a good charge forward with the ball. Still a throw in for his pains. referee just holding it up because he wants a word or two with Gabriel Jesus.
Jesus was actually chasing down Maguire, clearly unhappy. He feels the throw-in should have gone City's way. He seems to get a touch on the ball here, he certainly does, and that, to me, comes off Maguire. Maguire's complaining that he's been fouled, and Jesus disagrees.
Seems to be a great cause for debate there. Clearly should have gone Manchester City's way, but Fuchs will hope to take advantage. And so does Maguire. It's Zinchenko with a crucial header.
Well, brilliant defensive positioning from Zinchenko. Anticipated the flick on, was there to clear it.
Familiar position that he's certainly getting to grips with. Plenty to get to grips with in there from a Manchester City point of view here. Towards Iborra and Maguire again. Chilwell.
Well, these problems all come from the way that Christian Fuchs actually flings these throw-ins into the box. They're pacey, they're flat. Bravo can't come and deal with them. Just looking to keep the pressure on, keep the ball alive. It's brave from Chilwell, just can't keep it down. And this is Zinchenko, great defensive positioning. You see how he just drops back as that ball is coming towards his teammates. You see he's always moving back towards his own goal. He's in a great position ahead of Iheanacho.
He's got a few headers in his short career. Ben Chilwell feeling the risks certainly worth the potential rewards, but the only reward was pain. Riyad Mahrez going through his paces. The speculation will build apace in the coming weeks about where his future will lie. He, Vardy and Amare Gray, options for Leicester.
Oh, he's really brave. And Chilwell, ball is cleared by Mangala. Jesus is trying to get to the ball. There's no foul in there. So the fact that Chilwell flings himself at the ball and gets a whack in the face.
Certainly they are the situations in which they can cause Manchester City at the very least some discomfort. This year's must-have fashion item, the bung up the nose, but made great strides, hasn't he, Ben Chilwell, in a Leicester City shirt? Cause of some momentary worry for Pep Guardiola there. Both. By Okazaki, and really has some strong feelings on the matter.
Well, this is what Leicester have to do. They have to try and step onto Toure to kind of stop his influence on the game. And on the last 3 occasions, Toure's actually got the better of those midfielders, but it's going to keep happening because Leicester have got to chase the game, try and disrupt that City rhythm in midfield.
Off goes Maguire again. Certainly anticipated that somebody would be making tracks in that direction. Here's Iborra. Switches on, but would have been an absolute worldie to find Brighton who was calling for it. Foden. Gabriel Jesus now for Gundogan. Oh, can he get there? The game has stayed within bounds. Dragovic ensured there was little room for manoeuvre for Gabriel Jesus. The goalkeeper left in pain at the end of it all.
Well, Dragovic just about does enough here, but again the layoff, the movement from Jesus is absolutely outstanding, but Dragovic just looks to run across Jesus. Is there a possible foul in there on the striker before the keeper gets clattered? Jesus there is actually pulled down by Dragovic. It's just that because he's off balance, can't control or get out of the way, he's always going to collide with Hamer.
So inadvertently some damage done by the studs. Eldin Jakupovic is the goalkeeping cover tonight for Leicester. A few words for the quite young talent. Someone has dubbed him the Stockport Iniesta. I think it hurts a bit. The wait for Leicester changes will not be a long one. Carabao. Okazaki. Fuchs. Well, here they come. The rescue party. Kelechi Iheanacho's night is over. Not a night when he has succeeded in effectively making his point against his former club. Jamie Vardy, hat-trick scorer, we shouldn't forget, against Manchester City here last season. Michael Brighton replaced by Riyad Mahrez, who did get on the score sheet in the last round against Leeds, and they're getting a tune out of him again.
I can tell from the reaction of the Leicester fans, these are the changes they wanted to see.
Iborra. Danilo picks it up. Gabriel Jesus. Bernardo Silva, the Manchester City goal scorer. Buzzing around and has brought a buzz to the King Power Stadium by his very presence. Foden. There's Dragovic. Foul by Brahim Diaz.
You can see already with Jamie Vardy buzzing around, chasing down centre-halves, chasing down goalkeepers. It's infectious. The team then sweeping behind him. City are under pressure.
In quick succession by Brahim Diaz, this time on Daniel Amate. Well, you'll certainly be hoping it's a different kind of cup tie now. Already has the feel of one.
Yeah, City's two centre-halves really do have to switch on, work as a pair now, a totally different challenge. With Vardy on the field, he'll look to play on the shoulder, use his pace to run in behind. They didn't have that with Iheanacho.
Different questions that Manchester City may have to answer in just over the half hour that remains. Maybe Mahrez hoping to get there first, but Claudio Bravo does. Time it's Amate to deliver the long one. King back in there. Danilo. Will it come Mahrez's way? Amate finds King. King losing out there in the duel by Brahim Diaz. And another City counter brewing. Foden. Advantage played. Bobby Madley was weighing up whether to give a free kick for the tug on Foden. Brahim Diaz. Dragovic. Maguire. Bernardo Silva to chase, and Fuchs in trouble. And so are Leicester potentially behind Gabriel Jesus, and an opportunity spurned, with the game moving at a pretty searing pace now.
We've got a proper cup tie on our hands now, but Christian Fuchs' defensive positioning there against Silva was dreadful.
Gundogan, breezing through again, and he's going to be penalised for simulation.
Well, on first viewing, it looks like Bobby Madley has got this absolutely right. There didn't seem to be any contact from Dragovic. Well, Harry Maguire actually is. He goes past first. Is there any contact? Well, it's a mere brush, but he's thrown himself. He's dived. The referee absolutely right with that decision. And again, Christian Fuchs, the ball is only going to be played over his head here from Danilo. He's got to drop. You can't expect to take that ball down. It drops over your head, and I think Silva actually closes off the angle completely. This was a bit earlier on. Marty on Foden, a little kick out. It's quite late on behalf of the referee to see that. It's naughty.
The referee is in a very good position to see that. And that incident occurred. Vardy looking to make something from the scraps. Okazaki floored. Who wouldn't believe those protestations of innocence?
Well, it's definitely Mangala who steps in to make the challenge, and clearly the referee feels it's a free kick. Mangala's actually pleading his innocence, saying he played the ball and it was accidental. They're coming together with Okazaki.
Well, the butter wouldn't melt face certainly didn't work. Yes, you fouled it, says the referee.
The ball spins up in the air. Mangala, does he foul him? Well, it's a collision, but actually Mangala is playing the ball. It's a nasty collision, of course, but I'm not sure that's a foul.
Certainly didn't come off well, Okazaki, but the merit of the free kick award, certainly one you can question. A healthy discussion. Mahrez at the centre of things, although Fuchs his left foot, and Maguire also taking an interest. Teed up for Maguire. And it was Mangala who broke from the wall to block it. Chilwell, good steal by Bernardo Silva. Maybe Leicester a little grateful that Gabriel Jesus didn't get it under his spell. Chilwell able to win it back. Now Mahrez. Chilwell. Gundogan. Maguire. Confirmation of Ilkay Gundogan's yellow card. Simulation. Last few minutes. It's been as difficult a spell as Manchester City have had. No surprise with the extra added quality and threat which Leicester have put out there on their bench. Fuchs in a mood to get on with it quickly. Chilwell. Now here's Iborra. Amate. Mahrez. Carried there by Zinchenko. Oh, found a way out, King. It's Mangala. By King.
Well, the ball just seems to get away from Gundogan here. It's Andy King who steps across his path, and that's why the free kick has been given. Not sure Gundogan's going to get that ball back for City, but he'll go to ground, and again just breaks up the rhythm and builds up a head of steam. Leicester, I think City will take this free kick just to slow the game down.
Looking to get Bernardo Silva in behind Christian Fuchs again. Harry Maguire alive to the situation this time. Centre-back found a tough spot into a useful situation. It's Chilwell, one for Vardy to chase, and that asks even too much of him.
And I think if this ball is on Chilwell's left foot, the weight of the pass would be absolutely right. He seemed to play it with his weaker right foot and couldn't control the weight of the pass.
Well, seemed to be in a bit of a tough situation, but got out of it quite beautifully.
His footwork was good. Pass down the line was excellent, but his reading of the game in behind Christian Fuchs, who once again was caught on his heels against Bernardo Silva.
Grateful it hasn't been exposed. And that exposure hasn't resulted in greater damage, perhaps. Here's Phil Foden. Zinchenko. And again. Foden. Zinchenko moving for a return. Diaz have come into a central position. He and Foden really, I suppose, duelling eventually to convince him that they're worthy of the same role, I suppose. But the only contest between them that generate much heat at the moment when they play FIFA together. Very good friends.
See those City defenders having plenty of touches and passes during the course of the game. I think most of that was probably in the first 10-15 minutes when Leicester were sitting off Man City and allowing them to play out from the back fairly comfortably. Things have changed since then.
So certainly not as at ease in possession now. Here comes Chilwell again to add to the pressure, but City, the Manchester variety, able to find a way out. Bernardo Silva. Oops. Gabriel Jesus. Danilo. Stayed at home. Vardy almost getting some joy there. Has crept out of play. Adamari Gray, a man who has always possessed considerable talent. He's now finding a bit more consistency in his game. And can certainly pose some searching questions to Manchester City.
Yeah, he would be the third natural substitution with Leicester chasing the game.
They've lost the ball. How quick likely you can pay for that against this team, whatever its composition. Again out of play before Brahim Diaz could make a great deal of it. Well, Pep Guardiola knew about him for a long, long time, because Barcelona, for quite a while, tried to prize him away from Malaga. Real Madrid certainly showed an interest as well, but it was not to be. Here's Mahrez. Fuchs arriving. It was Mangala who made contact.
Oh, it's a decent ball in from Fuchs. It looked like Chilwell was going to get to this ball first. He's moved up to the edge of the 6-yard box, but I think Mangala's movement right at the last there, just to step in, make sure that Chilwell doesn't get a clear header in.
Maguire at the very back. He gets something on it, but not what he would have wished to get on it.
Nice clever defending from Toure. He knew he didn't have to head the ball, just leaned into Maguire and made sure that the centre-half was off balance.
So Demarai Gray will replace Ben Chilwell. Come into his own of late. Couple of goals already in the month of December. Demarai Gray sniffing around here, but Yaya Toure very much on his manner. Danilo. Bernardo Silva. Well, Trussell that hasn't really gone Fuchs' way much this evening.
That's a naive challenge again. You're not going to get to the ball without going through Bernardo Silva, so okay, you want to get to the ball, show your fans you're desperate to win the ball back, get back up the field, but Bernardo Silva's waiting for that. He's wanting to tempt you in. Just pinch the ball away and pick up a free kick in a dangerous area.
Carabao making the trip along with Mangala. Gabriel Jesus' header. He's just begging for a colleague to get on the end of it.
Well, it looked like a planned move here. See Jesus moving across defenders at the near post. Is he trying to score? He's trying to help it on for a teammate. Hard to tell, but when there's so much pace on the ball, if he hit the target from there, Cambridge could have a problem.
The odds were against that scenario unfolded, but Leicester still very much in this cup tie. Eliminated Liverpool, we shouldn't forget, earlier in the competition. Eliminated 2 Premier League sides in the same League Cup season since they won the competition back in 2000. Beat Leeds and Villa on the way to beating John Aldridge's Tranmere Rovers at the old Wembley. Terrific period in this competition for Leicester. They reached the final 3 times in 4 seasons. Diaz again with another one that goes against him. Fuchs. Drilled for Fuchs. He was able to grow enough to keep it in play. Vardy. Okazaki. give Mangala a problem there. Adebayo's header, that's King. He's spinning and trying to turn it forward. Gabriel Jesus looking to make Harry Maguire's life difficult, and he's made Ben Hamer's life a little more difficult than would be ideal there. Keeping it lively.
That's what you call a firm back pass. I don't think it's what Ben Hamer would have called it, though.
No, I can imagine his thoughts on the matter. Manchester City's more illustrious names on the bench, out there for a trot. He's included 3 teenagers amongst the substitutes tonight. Lucas Nmecha, Domenico Duhaney and Tom Delibashiru. Confirming once again that the door is very much open if you're good enough. Mahrez. Can't get the better of Zinchenko. He wins a good share of his one-on-ones when he has played in a more defensive role.
I did worry about Zinchenko when Mahrez came on, because he had a few problems with Albrighton in that first half, and I'm sure Claude Puel was looking to maybe get Mahrez isolated against not a natural left-back, but as yet hasn't really materialised.
Did start there against Wolves, just to remind you. Foden. Here's Zinchenko again. And Bernardo Silva. Brahim Diaz, neatly done, Bernardo Silva. And Maguire's there, Bernardo Silva once more. Flag up. And it all in the end comes to nothing for Manchester City.
Oh, Bernardo Silva right across the pitch here. Amari Gray is tracking him. It's that little give and go. Gray doesn't stay with him, so Bernardo Silva keeps going, ends up with the ball, but Harry Maguire does really well against Jesus here. Just in terms of his strength, but his positioning as well.
He's going from strength to strength. He's certainly achieving everything they believed was possible when he started out on the journey at Sheffield United. Concern for Mangala. A different sort of concern, because he's had quite a few this evening, but that's pretty painful for him.
Yeah, that's really nasty. He's one of those players, Mangala, just sees the ball, only has eyes for the ball, wins it, but that's a nasty knock to the face.
Well, it's all about Manchester opposition for Leicester at the moment. Saturday night, live action from the Premier League as they face Manchester United. The programme starts at 7 o'clock on the Sky Sports Premier League channel. A former Manchester United man in the dugout these days, and Michael Appleton, who's stayed on amid the transition. This is the moment that has made the difference so far.
It has been a tight game. Ilkay Gundogan bursting forward on the counter-attack. Jesus just drags defenders' attention away. It's a really clever finish from Bernardo Silva. The ball is slightly under his feet, so he can't get the side of his foot on it. So he just pokes that ball through the keeper's legs, and there's real class, Bernardo Silva. It's been superb tonight.
Making sure all is right. It's been a more difficult second 45 to negotiate. Rules dictate that Mangala will need a new shirt. So Kyle Walker's arrival is imminent. Yaya Toure filling in back there and losing out back there. Mahrez. Iborra, Manchester City down to 10 still at the moment. Gray. Fuchs. Gray. King. Here's Iborra. Amate. Mahrez. Whips it. Vardy!
Oh, it's not an easy opportunity, but as play was building there, Jamie Vardy screaming at his teammates to get it out to Mahrez because he's one-on-one against Zinchenko. It's very difficult. The ball has plenty of pace on it, but he's got to get past the defender as well and try and keep it on target. That's tough.
So a bit of reorganisation. Walker taking the right-back position. Danilo joining Adarabioyo at the back in the centre. Here's Okazaki, now King. Mahrez. Oh, brilliant play! And Bravo hangs off.
Well, if Leicester keep getting Riyad Mahrez involved in the game, things are going to happen. Goes past Zinchenko as if he's not even there. And Claudio Bravo, maybe slightly fortunate, this ball comes back off him. It's a horrible position for a goalkeeper to be in. He gets a bit of good fortune as the ball just spins back into his hands.
Well, the ball didn't bounce Claude Puel's way at the last there. He was the hero in the last round. Claudio Bravo saving a couple of penalties in the shootout against Wolves. Mahrez, one of the Leicester heroes, with a terrific individual goal which booked their place here. Another flash of inspiration would be very welcome from a Leicester point of view now. Yaya Toure. Foden. Oh, Brahim Diaz, it's on here. Gabriel Jesus has just, and I mean just, straight offside.
It's unusual for Jesus to actually be caught offside. He's normally so adept at making sure he is on. Just goes slightly too early. It's a good decision.
An excellent performance tonight without being at the thick of the chances, if you like. Mahrez. Now here's Fuchs. King. Gray. Fuchs delivers. Toure. A spot of help from Kyle Walker. Wasn't likely to get away with that on Gabriel Jesus.
He's not standing for any nonsense tonight, Bobby Madley. A foul is a foul. This will suit City. It'll just slow the game down. Still want to force the issue here in the final 10 minutes or so.
It's, no nonsense. And the Yorkshireman officiating family, of course. Andy Madley, the official in the heat of the championship battles. Carabao. Expecting a line out the way Christian Fuchs caught that. King. Vardy. Called by Toure, but maybe slightly troublesome for Zinchenko. He dealt with it coolly enough, as did Bravo, with Vardy in hot pursuit. Mate has work to do here, but concedes a corner.
Once again, look at the pressure, look at the work rate from Gabriel Jesus. Chasing a lost cause, putting a defender under pressure. Defenders and midfielders in a team with Jesus in it, it's just a godsend really. Someone who works so hard for the team.
Yeah, without doing necessarily the showy stuff, he's been one of the outstanding performers tonight.
That's why, of course, strikers, centre forwards, you're looking at the amount of goals that they score, but coaches, you know, the analysis, they see how much ground someone will cover defensively as well, and Jesus is superb.
Iborra to sweep it away. Gundogan. Iborra there again. Zinchenko for Walker. Toure, Zinchenko. All promise here, and Foden denied by Maguire. We can't believe that a corner has been given.
Well, just watch Gundogan here, how he waits and waits to deliver the pass at just the right time. But again, Harry Maguire, he's got so much to deal with. There's at least 2 City players there for him to think about, but he deals with the immediate danger, which is Phil Foden. That's brilliant for Maguire.
Who knows, maybe he did have a case. A rare down moment for Phil Foden at the moment. The first strides in the big wide world of football have been very impressive ones. He knew about him long before he arrived at Manchester City, but a word or two from cheeky Big Stein made absolutely sure that his potential would not pass unnoticed. I wonder what tales and stories he will go on to write. And Foden keen to get back out there and into the battle. And that's Lucas Nemecha. He's going to replace Brahim Diaz. So Manchester City debut. "19 years of age, he was born in Hamburg, but moved to England and spent his formative years in Wythenshawe, Manchester area. Began life as a winger. These days he's more of a central striker, but I doubt that's the role he will get to enjoy here for now at least. Bernardo Silva's gone in there for the moment.
Well, Nemecha on the right-hand side, Bernardo Silva through the middle, and Gabriel Jesus has just drifted out to that left-hand side. I just wonder whether that's to help maybe Zinchenko out with Mahrez. Left to play, but maybe Jesus with his work rate can get back and help out the left back if need be.
It's probably the biggest area of concern for Manchester City in these final few minutes, whether the Leicester's magic man will be able to make an impact. But, the belief that there is something here for Leicester is seeping away a little in the stands. Here's Amate, and now Iborra. Pressure from Nemecha. Okazaki. Ronaldo and Walker between them dealing with it, but darker blue shirts converging. Yaya Toure found a way out. Here's Foden. That's Ben Hamers. Well, there won't be many more chances for Leicester if they are to keep their Carabao Cup hopes alive. Oh, and Gray after it. Vardy waits! And it was too much of a stretch. It's just that kind of incision that could still bring Leicester rewards in what remains here.
That's great movement off the ball from Demarai Gray. It's just the weight of the pass across the face of that City defence. There's no way that Vardy, as quick as he is, can reach it. There's just too much on that. He's ahead of Danilo. There's just so much pace on the ball. Even on the stretch, you can't get any kind of touch on it.
Just as too much of Jamie Vardy. Phil Foden. With his first domestic start, does reach the 90-minute mark, but will not complete the game. 18-year-old Tom Delibashiru is his replacement. 8 minutes of added time. We've had enough stoppages in this second period, but even still, it will feel like a long, long time, potentially.
I think Pep just said, can we have a bit more than that?
Here's Fuchs. It's certainly given the supporters plenty of encouragement, to say the least. The play off Zinchenko. Harry Maguire just urging them to hang fire so he can get in there, and Fuchs can hurl it in there. And Maguire beaten through it. And Gabriel Jesus with some really cool play there, finding Bernardo Silva. Oh, hang about. But Dragovic is in charge. Maguire staying forward in that instance and winning a free kick against Carabao. Just one sweep of the Riyad Mahrez boot could spell trouble here. Maguire.
All Maguire's looking to do here is not necessarily score, but just keep this alive, because it's played well wide of the post. It's not close enough to the goal for Maguire to really head this on and try and score. With a bit of pressure as well. He's off balance, it's a difficult header to make. In that position, Riyad Mahrez has got to put that ball, keep it on target, put a bit of pace on it, keep it flat, give your teammates something to attack. Too much flight on it.
Oh, Maguire beaten to it by Mecha. Bernardo Silva. Beaten Fuchs. He can't beat Maguire. Into Mahrez. Carabao. That was Amate. Delibashiru. Toure. Must be a thrill for Delibashiru, who has been tagged the new Toure to play alongside the real thing here. Danilo to spread it. And Amate having to be aware that Gabriel Jesus tonight is not in the mood for giving up on anything. Zinchenko. Walker. Zinchenko's decent in the air. Saw an intriguing goal he scored for his Russian club Ufa, where he flung himself for a diving header wearing earmuffs, which was an interesting sight. It's cold over there. Mahrez, Gundogan, loses out, Okazaki, Zinchenko in the thick of it again, Delibashiru. Zinchenko's on hand. Stolen back by Okazaki with that effervescent energy as always. Now here's Gray. Oh, decision to make. The decision is penalty. In stoppage time.
Well, Danilo clearly not happy, but not an awful lot of reaction from Kyle Walker. Well, it looks incredibly soft, it really does. Is there any major contact on Demarai Gray? I don't see any. Well, the referee's in a decent position to see this. Well, there's no one in his eye line here. Well, Kyle Walker doesn't steam over to the referee, but to me that is a soft penalty award.
Yellow card for Danilo for what he said in the wake of it. You can understand his frustration, but Jamie Vardy has a chance to surely send this tie to extra time. The expected result! In added time, Jamie Vardy stays cool when it matters. And the Carabao Cup dream is still alive for Leicester.
Well, there's huge debate about whether it was a penalty. In my opinion, it looks soft. I'm sure that's what Kyle Walker is saying. All Jamie Vardy can do is bury it. You've got Bravo dancing along his line here, but this, I think it's the side netting. Is that good a penalty? Under extreme pressure, Vardy has come up with an absolute beauty. And once again, is there any real contact here at the back of Demarai Gray? Well, there isn't. There simply isn't. To me, Gray has thrown himself, and well, he's got a penalty. He's got Leicester back in the game.
Well, Yaya Touré's still complaining, but it will not change the fact. Well, Kyle Walker with reason to feel aggrieved. Danilo was aggrieved and he received the yellow card for his protests. Danilo on the ball. Here is Walker, renewing acquaintances with Gray. Well, maybe there is still time for a late twist in the tail here. It's Bernardo Silva. Dragovic committed himself. Nemecha. Hassled and harried by a combination of Fuchs and Iborra. Vardy's on the way, but Claudio Bravo's in charge. Offside flag was up anyway. Just to confirm, yellow card for Danilo. Well, right at the very last, an equaliser came. Jamie Vardy staying cool from the penalty spot. But Manchester City heads were not cool because they felt, perhaps rightly aggrieved, that the penalty was awarded in the first place. Seemed to be so little contact between Kyle Walker and Demarai Gray. But after 90 minutes, it does finish 1-1. Extra time on the way at the King Power.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Christmas, ready for takeoff. At Argos, get our lowest prices on these Samsung Ultra HD TVs available in 4 screen sizes from just £369. Plus, get our lowest price on this 15-inch HP laptop with Intel processor, only £278.99. And get this Xbox One X with PlayerUnknown Battlegrounds and Forza 7 for £454.99. Presents delivered from as little as 4 hours with fast-track same-day delivery. Go Argos.
Imagine if you got to call the shots. New from Coral, your call. Create the bet you want, then tweet it to Coral with the hashtag #YourCall, and we respond with your price. Plus, there's loads more Your Call specials on the app. With Coral, it's your bet, it's your price, it's your call. Jump in. Available on App Store and Google Play. When the fun stops, stop.
Pure Excess, the new fragrance for men by Paco Rabanne.
Come on, Sergey! You'll be late for Star Wars!
Some memories last a lifetime. Share Star Wars The Last Jedi with someone special with 2-for-1 cinema tickets from Meerkat Movies.
Get the festive double bucket with limited edition festive fries for $15.99. That's how it's done, and it's finger-licking good.
This programme is sponsored by Bet365.
Late drama in this Carabao Cup quarter-final between Leicester and Manchester City. City led for a long time in this match through Bernardo Silva's first half goal. Pep Guardiola questioning the 8 minutes of added time. In that time, Kyle Walker deemed to have fouled Mari Gray, and Jamie Vardy scored his first League Cup goal since his debut in August 2012. Well, the players preparing for extra time in this game. 95 minutes and 50 seconds when the penalty was given away. 96 minutes and 15 seconds when the penalty was scored by Jamie Vardy, which means it's 1-1 after 90 minutes. Another 30 minutes of football to go with Andy Hinchcliffe and with Daniel Mann.
Yes, thank you, Kelly. Well, you can imagine if it doesn't go Manchester City's way, what the post-mortem will centre on. Extra time, extra substitute, we should remind you, available to each side. So there is room for manoeuvre in that respect. Kyle Walker manoeuvring very impressively here. On Gabriel Jesus. And Hamer behind it all the way.
Oh, the athleticism of Kyle Walker is absolutely astonishing. Again, the composure, it's a brilliant ball in, it's a brilliant pick out. Jesus again on the move. It's a difficult header though, because he's actually moving back away from goal and then trying to generate the power and precision. That's not easy.
Substitutes certainly combined for Leicester to crucial effect. Gray winning the penalty, Vardy converting it. Perhaps fortunate to be in this position. Well, they are in this position, and Manchester City have to try and find a way to win again. Looking towards Vardy, Danilo back there, it'll break for Okazaki.
Danilo is so fortunate there. Just head that ball out of play. Why are you heading back into the centre of the pitch? And Leicester are looking to counter.
Deli Bashiru. Now here's Yaya Toure. Gundogan. Deli Bashiru. Just reminded the other cup tie tonight has finished. Arsenal are through to the semi-finals. They've beaten West Ham by a Danny Welbeck goal to 0. Bristol City and Manchester United, and Chelsea and Bournemouth in action tomorrow. Gray, Okazaki. Leicester can't find a way out. Here is Walker. Dragovic. Marte on the gallop. Okazaki wants it in a more central position. Marte. Drifted by Dragovic. What a slip. Okazaki could nip in, but Kyle Walker dealt with it.
Well, that's a good starting position from Kyle Walker, then his pace gets him back to help out. Nothing a centre-half can do if you slip like that, but Walker does ever so well to get his body in the right position. He was fouled. So important he got back goal side of Okazaki.
One or two slipping and sliding this evening. Looking to cut off the back pass route. Walker. King. Fuchs. Towards Amate. Okazaki looking to get on the end of that. Carabao is there. Ibora. Amate. Carabao. Gundogan. Mecha. Gundogan. Gabriel Jesus outside him. Get it back from Bernardo Silva. Deli Bashiru will keep it going. Walker. Mecha, the latest to lose his footing. Will he get on the end of it, Walker? Such is his athleticism. Well, to compound the injustice, he's now going to be booked for simulation at the same end of the ground.
Well, it looks a look of culpability really on the face of Kyle Walker. Is there any contact on him? Well, no, he's thrown himself. On first viewing, it did look like a penalty, but the referee has got this one absolutely spot on.
A touch of irony that he is punished for that. Been harshly adjudged to have conceded a penalty by the views we've had up to this point. Okazaki. Vardy. Mahrez waits. Here he is. Ward. Claudio Bravo able to get on the end of it. Something which a Leicester head could not manage. That's such a good first touch. You know what he's going to do. Zinchenko can't stop the cross. It's just a question whether you can deal with the ball in. Just slightly overhit from Mahrez. Okazaki can't get a touch on it. Vardy. Okazaki doesn't run out of that willingness to chase it down. Third World Cup surely at the end of the season for him. It's a bit of a gift by Carabao. It'll break Mahrez's way. Given away but as well by Deli Bashiru. Mahrez gets it back. Vardy. Gray. And Danilo there at the last.
Well, they had to keep moving the ball on because there was no real clear sight of goal for Mahrez or Vardy.
Ray again, going at Walker again. And he'll get a free kick.
Well, Gundogan, of course, has been booked, so he's got to be very careful with every challenge he makes. And again, I'm not sure there's an awful lot of contact there. It's very leaping out of the way, and maybe looks like he's been fouled.
Fuchs, judging by the discussions, maybe just there for ballast.
I think from this position, the right footer could shoot. The left footer is probably going to try and whip that ball in into that corridor of space in between Bravo and his defensive line.
It's going to be Mahrez. It's Maguire.
That's exactly the ball that Mahrez plays. The left footer just whipped that ball into space. Maybe just mistimes his jump here. Harry Maguire's up slightly too early. He's on the way down. There's a good chance to head that back across the goal, and he knows it.
Unsurprisingly, a great threat from set pieces. Has had a very good goal-scoring record down the years. Had a good time in this competition too, hasn't he? With the semi-finals last season with Hull City. Sheffield United have had some very good days as well. Zinchenko. Gabriel Jesus on for Zinchenko again, but there's Dragovic. His third appearance in a Leicester shirt. For Dragovic, they've all come in this competition. Zinchenko has got the free kick to Amate's displeasure. Zinchenko very capable from set pieces, but leaving the stage clear for Ilkay Gundogan. Toure coming near. Ibora to win it fairly emphatically. Bernardo Silva's coming across. Now Zinchenko. It's defending by Maguire. Happy to leave it for Walker. Manchester City, we shouldn't forget, have been down the penalties route once before in this competition already this season. Here's Danilo. Yaya Toure. Bashiru is showing for it. Uses Danilo. Sweeping it for Gabriel Jesus. He's done very little wrong in this game. Showcasing his versatility again as well, operating wide. He has here and there. Bernardo Silva. Yaya Toure. Amate.
Well, Bernardo Silva not happy there. He got wrong side of Dragovic, who seemed to have a pullback as in.
Oh, and Claudio Bravo almost was hugely embarrassed.
Oh, it's so risky to take a touch because Jamie Vardy's so quick. He closes you down so quickly. There's no way for Bravo to go. Tries to be clever. That could have gone horribly wrong. This is what you get from Jamie Vardy. Not just goals, incredible work rate.
Now the risks that are present anyway are even greater when Jamie Vardy's around. It's gone, Pep. It's gone. Here's Gundogan. Kyle Walker. Kelly Bashiru. Now Bernardo Silva. Gundogan. Kelly Bashiru. Gundogan. Maguire able to help it back.
Yeah, City are playing across the face of this Leicester defence, looking for those quick 1-2s, trying to spin in behind the big centre halves.
Carabao. Gundogan, instrumental figure in the Manchester City goal. Nemetja. Manchester City players felt that it was a foul by Iborra. No great protest from the man who was felt. Here's Mahrez. On for Gray. Walker wins it. Nemetja. Bernardo Silva. Driving forward, Dragovic lost his footing not once but twice. Deli Bashiru. It's a foul by Harry Maguire after the ball had gone.
Well, even with City's changes in personnel on the counter-attack, they look so dangerous. Maguire is tempted into a slightly heavy touch by the midfielder. He absolutely clatters him, and definite free kick.
Yeah, not much room for doubt there. Toure perhaps fancying a piece of the action.
You feel either Gundogan or Toure, it's as though seniority has won out.
Well, lovely fellow though he is, I wouldn't want to pick too many arguments with Yaya Toure. Here he comes, Toure. Hamer always getting there, and that's the last act of the first period of extra time.
Oh, he really telegraphs where he's going to put this. Yaya Toure. Ben Hamer's on the move across his goal. Looks spectacular, but it's fairly comfortable, really.
So 1-1, halfway through extra time. They cannot be separated yet.
Well, fairly sure that Yaya Toure's attempt on goal there was City's first attempt on target since the end of the first half. Only their second attempt since then. In that time, Leicester have had 5 attempts, one of them on target. Because Leicester have come back into the game, Matt Elliott is here watching it. Does that mean that the momentum is with them, or are we far enough along now that City can redress the balance?
Well, I thought Leicester City were always in the game in the second half, and if anything, not necessarily delightful, but looked as if a goal was possibly going to come their way, if anyone. But at the same time, Man City were comfortable. They've got the penalty, somewhat fortuitously, you have to say. The angle of the referee's vision was such as it made it difficult for him. He's given it. Jamie Vardy's tucked it away ever so well, and Leicester looking quite strong going into the extra time period.
What did you make of the penalty decision? Because we haven't had a chance to have a look at that with you yet.
Yeah, well, as I mentioned there, I thought it was highly dubious. My initial thought to Mark Gray was, what are you doing, even thinking of trying to take on Kyle Walker, because not many people do that successfully. But fair play to him, he's had a go, and Kyle Walker's got himself in a unusually wrong position for him. And I think when you look at it, there's a little toe there from Walker. Is there contact? If any, it's absolutely minimal. And Damari goes quite easily, really. But again, I think it's because he got himself between player and ball, and the angle of the referee's line of sight convinced him to give it. Jamie Vardy's done excellently well, tucking that ball away after such a long delay. The last penalty he took, I think he missed. He drove it down the middle. So he'd been thinking, what do I do? Put high pressure situation, tucked it inside. And I say, Leicester genuinely right back in this game.
Very much back in this game. 1-1 after 90 minutes, 1-1 after the first 15 of extra time. The second half of extra time is coming up now with your commentary team of Andy Hinchcliffe and Daniel Mann.
Yes, thank you, Kelly. Well, he was understandably a bit agitated in the wake of the Fantasy Award. A few things displeased him in that first period of extra time, clearly. 15 minutes between us and penalties, potentially. Leicester to get the better of Manchester City for the first time in this competition. I was impressed, both sides really went at it in that first 15 minutes. I just wonder, the longer the second 15 goes on, will they start to be more conservative and play for penalties? We'll see. Unfamiliar looking Manchester City team, still full of capability. There may yet be a bit of pressure on some pairs of young shoulders to come. Border. Gray loses out in the end. Walker. Namecha. Okazaki. He's like an Alka-Seltzer in a glass of water, isn't he? He provides fizz. Yeah, normally it's just a question of how long he can last, because he just never stops. His fitness levels are incredible. He could probably power a small city with the amount of energy he puts in. Carabao up there ahead of Jamie Vardy. This is Danilo, who's been filling in at centre-back since Mangala's departure through injury. Fuchs. Okazaki wants it, Okazaki has it. Danilo the roadblock. Well, Okazaki takes the ball down quite brilliantly. Danilo did the right thing, he stood on his feet. He concentrated on making the challenge and get caught out by Okazaki trying to drift past him. Yaya Toure. Gabriel Jesus. Carabao. Zinchenko. Gabriel Jesus. Zinchenko.
Vardy. Mario Bravo have it. Fresh young legs around for Manchester City. Leicester, part of that youthful group. Okazaki, Ibora. Okazaki outnumbered, loses out. Here's Nemecha trying to get away from King, and now from Fuchs. And Ibora steps in coolly. Gray away. Away as far as Delibashiru. Zinchenko on his favoured side! Has wrote his name all over this cup tie with that. Oh, he catches it so sweetly. He is a creative midfielder, so more than happy to step forward from left back. He isn't that far away, is it? There's power on it. It's really down the throat of Ben Hamer. The keeper worried. Fine left foot, which he's already demonstrated at a major international tournament last year at the Euros with the Ukraine. That's a few cameo appearances. Sufficient faith in him to use him in a few Premier League squads. Oh, the rare sight these days of Johan Benalouan, who is going to replace Alexander Dragovic. First appearance of the central defender on the pitch for the first team this season. So, Leicester City first to take the advantage of the extra substitute. Two of the other subs hoping to combine there, Mahrez and Vardy. Well, that's a very good decision. The flag went up very early. Vardy was a yard offside. Ball in that kind of area when Jamie Vardy is around carries a major element of risk. Walker losing out there, it's Gray, it's Vardy, it's Gray! And Walker got that challenge right, no debate there. Well, it's fabulous recovery from Kyle Walker, that's all he can do, gives it away. And then he sprints back into a good defensive position. I bet he was worried though when he made the challenge, thinking, here we go again. Compliment to his athleticism. Turn of speed, it's Gray's ball, oh, and Ibora came in, Mahrez beaten to the punch by Bernardo Silva, and now there's a counter on. Nemecha is absolutely flying forward, might reach Delibashiru, and away by Fuchs. Here's the second wave, Toure, Gabriel Jesus, and King throwing himself into it. Well, the game is getting stretched, the players looking very tired as well. A feeling, and it's not an excuse, but the tiredness was a bit of a factor for Leicester on Saturday after their the technical problems with their plane coming back from Southampton. Yeah, it's a foul. Yeah. Team have certainly given them much more since half-time. He's still a manager in English football who doesn't always have the ability to make his points absolutely crystal clear. Michael Appleton, a key figure in reinforcing the messages in the backroom staff. He doesn't have any problems. But, It's fair to say that Claude Puel's English is better than Michael Appleton's French. I bet that's a close contest. Not as close as this game, I don't think. Of course, for Claude Puel, he had to make changes. There's Michael Appleton. Claude Puel had to make changes, positive changes. He did, and it's changed the course of the game. But Man City really were making their changes just to see the game out and win 1-0. And that penalty was given, and suddenly it's all square. I just think they haven't really offered a threat going forward since then. Play by Gabriel Jesus, but Harry Maguire steams in. Danilo's favourite here. Around the penalty spot. In towards him. Referee penalising some pushing. Iborra seemed to be the man responsible. Amate just getting in front and making sure that was his. Okazaki. Oh, Iborra lost out though. Released by Maguire, looking for Mahrez. Zinchenko floundering a little. Mahrez! Oh, and beaten away by Claudio Brava, and Mecha gets there. Perhaps vitally ahead of Andy King. And Manchester City can come away. Bernardo Silva. There's a wicked ball in for Mahrez. Just wonder, it just probably clears the head of Okazaki. So Claudio Bravo did well to concentrate and watch that ball all the way onto his fists. Here's Mahrez. A little bit of sorcery. Oh, and Danilo and Vardy together. And the referee is certainly not interested in any penalty appeals. Well, this one looked more of a penalty than the one that was actually given. Jamie Vardy, as he does so well on the shoulder of defenders looking to get away. Well, it's clumsy from Danilo. The referee again in a great position, looking right down the barrel. Not this time though. Claude Puel, always more animated on a touchline than he is away from the stage, if you like. Toure. Urgent. From Iborra. Toure. Now Zinchenko for Manchester City. Gabriel Jesus found by Bernardo Silva. Delibashiru Amate holding Gabriel Jesus off, but Luan concedes a corner. This is Riyad Mahrez bursting clear. Jamie Vardy getting on the shoulder of Danilo. Is Vardy looking for it? Does he make much of it? Danilo's actually caught ball watching. He's no idea where Vardy is, so he's fortunate to get away with that. Could easily have been given. Delibashiru. Torres agitating for it in a central position. Bernardo Silva left on the track, frustrated. Zinchenko. Delibashiru, Zinchenko. Gundogan. Maguire, trademark charge. Trying to shake off Yaya Toure towards Vardy.
Oh, it's a brilliant piece of play from Harry Maguire to bulldoze forward and then to have the composure to pick out a wonderfully weighted pass to Jamie Vardy. It's difficult when you take it first time, ball coming across your body like this. They can end up in the top corner, or you can scuff them.
He has the capability to convert from there, but it's always an ask. But Harry Maguire, I have to say, it's always an enjoyable sight to see him thunder forward like that. The Metcha. Here comes Vardy again, but Claudio Bravo with sufficient time. Metcha. Yaya Toure. Delibashiru. Back to Toure to take aim.
Yeah, so often in this type of position, Yaya Toure, rather than go for pure power, looks to try and pass it with real precision into one of the corners. And that's a comfortable save again for Hamer. Could it be the last chance?
There's just one more minute between Leicester, Manchester City and penalties. Manchester City with the more recent experience, with the backing of the home support at the Etihad against Wolves in the previous round. Maguire. Gray. Hooks offering to help. And he'll break his way. Gray. They'll find a way out. Metcha. Ibora steps across. There'll be no time for the free kick. The focus will turn to penalty kicks. Claude Puel already has the list ready. All square at the end. And it will be decided in a shootout. After 120 minutes, it has finished Leicester City 1, Manchester City 1.
And Matt Elliott has been watching the game from here in the studio, all 120 minutes of it so far, with the penalties still to come, Matt. Overall, could you pick a side that deserves to win more, do you think, over those 120 minutes?
No, I think it's right, probably, to get to this stage. I mean, Man City cruised the first half, were definitely in control. But as the game has developed and gone on, I think Leicester have been spirited and they've shown a good account of themselves, really, and I think they're deserving to get to this stage. It's a lottery, everyone knows that, 50-50 either way.
Is it really a lottery? Do you think it's that much of a game of chance at this stage?
Well, I've been involved in situations myself, and you never know, really, deep down. You can speak about it afterwards, you know, if you're successful and say you had it all under control, but no, I mean, either way, I mean, who's going to deal with the pressure situation better? Better than me, knows the answer to that, because I think the players don't know themselves, but
there are teams that have, he does look very calm, he always does look quite calm and in control, and he will be hoping that calmness spreads to his players. But there are teams who have good records in penalty shootouts. Leicester, though, in their last 5, have lost their last 3 penalty shootouts. Does any of that matter? Does any of that tell us anything?
It will play on your mind as such. The likes of Riyad Mahrez last year, I think, in the same competition, missed penalties and some little flashbacks like that. It can have a negative effect. Jamie Vardy's got a dilemma now, because he'll be one of the penalty takers, I'm sure. And he's scored one in normal time. Where's he going to put his next effort? But listen, you've got to go in there, be confident in yourself, and it's always said, and it's true. Don't change your mind, don't be hesitant, have conviction about your strike, see where it takes you.
Manchester City, of course, already won a penalty shootout in this very competition against Wolves. Claudio Bravo was in goal for that game and saved 2 of those penalties. It's pretty much a win-win for a goalkeeper, though, in this situation, isn't it?
Yeah, that's right. Both goalkeepers will be fancying themselves to be the hero, won't they? Ben Hamer in particular, he's had an opportunity here to perform. He's done well on the night as well after a couple of shaky-ish moments in the first half. And yeah, we'll just about see how it all turns out.
Absolutely. How important do you think that the 2 penalty decisions in the game, both of them involved Kyle Walker in different, well, actually at the same end of the pitch, but you know, in different ways. The one that was given against Kyle Walker and the one that he was booked for diving in.
Yeah, he's had an eventful evening since coming onto the field of play, and I thought he was very unlucky to concede the first when he just got himself wrong side really, and the challenge looked a little bit clumsy. I think that's what tipped the balance against him really. But yeah, then he ventures forward, he's done ever so well. And why didn't he just carry on? I mean, he put himself in a situation that I think the referee's done well not to give it actually. Obviously he's a lot closer than we were, but the angle that he saw it at, it looked like contact had been made by Jovic. Walker, if he carried on, was in, then he could have been the hero. But it hasn't quite worked for him so far.
Well, the time has come for a hero. Now it's gone to penalties in this Carabao Cup quarter-final between Leicester City and Manchester City at the King Power Stadium. To take you through them, our commentators Andy Hinchcliffe and Daniel Mann.
And the first to take the long walk is a cult figure here at the King Power, Christian Fuchs. ABBA style, remember. Claudio Bravo, who saved 2 Wolves penalties in the shootout in the previous round. Fuchs' opponent. And you can't get more emphatic than that.
Well, that is a stunning penalty. He's got such a wonderful left foot, Fuchs. Bravo reads what he's trying to do, but you're never going to save that.
İlkay Gundogan, who was faced with this task in normal time in a Champions League final with Borussia Dortmund. He was up to it then. Is he up to it now?
Yes. Yeah, German taking a penalty. There's only ever going to be one outcome.
And Harry Maguire, I think just momentarily, he's clearly the next Leicester taker because he started to walk forward there, forgetting the new format. But a Manchester City player will be up next. It's all designed to reduce the statistical advantage which has tended to exist for the team going first.
I just wondered when City might turn to their youngsters to take penalties, but going for 2 of their senior players in Gundogan, now Toure, makes sense to me.
Scored in the shootout in the final against Liverpool in 2016. Hamer does his dance, but Yaya Toure does his thing.
It's so important, give yourselves a good start to a penalty shootout. That's why Gundogan and Toure have taken their first 2.
Now Harry Maguire can step forward. I have a feeling it won't be subtle.
Are we going to see a Panenka? I doubt it.
Sends Bravo the wrong way. Perfectly placed.
Thinking he's just going to blast this, go for pure power. Composed penalty.
Come on!
Great coolness, which Vicente Iborra will hope to match. Yes, well, Bravo guessed right this time, but the side netting ruffled.
Similar to the Jamie Vardy penalty. Right, and that's her side netting. Even though Bravo goes the right way, no way of getting fingertips on it.
So, Lucas Lemaitre on his Manchester City debut. An onerous responsibility for the 19-year-old, which he is well and truly up to. Well, they're setting a standard here.
He took his time, he didn't rush, absolutely the right thing to do. Couple of deep breaths. Excellent penalty.
Gabriel Jesus, who's had a very fine game.
Hit the post against Tottenham. Put that out of his mind.
It's all about the here and now. And he gets it right on this night. Well, as Matt Elliott suggested, it's now an interesting one for Jamie Vardy, who's his tough moments from the spot, but having already converted this evening, maybe has a more difficult thought process about what precisely he's going to do here. Oh! Well, of all people, the first to fail is Jamie Vardy.
Oh, does it flash wide? Does the keeper get fingertips on it? They possibly clip the post.
The outside of the post.
Yeah, Bravo reads it, but it's not on target.
So, Riyad Mahrez simply has to score, or Manchester City will progress. And he doesn't score, and Manchester City march on. The faces may change, but the results do not. And they are in the semi-finals of the Carabao Cup. And every avenue to silverware remains open for Pep Guardiola and Manchester City. But applause breaking out all round the ground as Manchester City celebrate for the efforts of Leicester City here this evening. But Riyad Mahrez and Jamie Vardy, two men you would expect to come up with the goods in the pressure situation, have failed and leave Pep rubbing his hands in delight. Claudio Bravo, the shootout hero once again, as he was against Wolverhampton Wanderers. Well, if there are any doubts about Pep Guardiola's feelings about this competition and the young players he's pressed into service this evening, well, that reaction shows you precisely what it does mean. And a clean sweep is still a distinct possibility.